All right, boys and girls. Adrian Newey out as team principal at Aston Martin after speculation over his no-show at the Chinese Grand Prix this past weekend. Though Aston Martin did state before the season even started that he wasn't going to show up to every race weekend, and that this position was always going to be temporary for Newey anyway, so not really much of a shock. Although this shock did come from the timing of this announcement, as it's only been 2 race weekends since the start of the season. Now, they are eyeing Jonathan Wheatley, if the rumors are to be believed. Jonathan Wheatley, currently the team principal at Audi, having only been there about a year after spending quite a few years as a sporting director at Red Bull. And once this announcement came out, news started coming out of Audi that there was been quite a strained relationship between head of the Audi F1 program, Mattia Binotto, and Jonathan Wheatley. So maybe that tension between the two has kind of caused this move to happen. Audi not really happy with the quote-unquote under-the-radar talks that have been going on with Wheatley and Aston Martin. Now, why does this make sense for both sides, Aston Martin and Jonathan Wheatley? Well, Wheatley is an Englishman. He lives in England. Well, he is from England. Audi has 2 headquarters, one in Switzerland and one in Germany. I believe he's spending most of his time in Switzerland. So, moving to Aston Martin will bring him closer to home. He will be able to see the family more, won't have to travel quite so much. Also, he has working experience with Adrian Newey and a bunch of former Red Bull personnel that had been poached by Aston Martin over the last few years. And more importantly, considering how bad the relationship has been with Aston Martin and Honda this year so far, Wheatley has experience and success working with Honda since I believe it was 2018 when they started powering the Toro Rosso cars, and then a year or 2 later when Red Bull started using Honda engines as well. So this kind of makes sense for both sides, considering that there is a bit of a strained relationship between Wheatley and Binotto and at Audi in general. I think this would be a good move for Wheatley, though there will be gardening leave. I think that's what they call it, gardening time, 6 months to a year. I don't know if that the FIA regulates that or if the teams regulate that themselves with contracts, but if you were to make this move, don't expect him to see him in an Aston Martin shirt anytime soon. You'll probably see him start to take over once the winter break happens at the end of this year. But personally, I think this is a good move for Wheatley. I think this is a good move for Aston Martin. Bring in more people that have worked with Honda in the past with all their problems that they have this year. Maybe if the season is right off, then hopefully this will help them start off next season on a better foot. But let me know what you guys think about this move.